Well, North Korean tensions are reaching a new boiling point. The White House inviting the entire U.S. Senate to a briefing on the situation with the rogue regime amid escalating tensions over the threat of future nuclear missile tests, as well as threats of sinking the USS Carl Vinson with, quote, a single shot. Joining me now to discuss, Peter Brooks and Rebecca Grant. Rebecca, I want to start with you because the anxiety here does not go away. The threat level doesn't go away. In fact, it feels like it's being ratcheted up almost every day.
Well, Charles, what we're seeing now is good cop, bad cop, and it's extraordinary. So the U.S., we have our air and Army forces in South Korea. We have the U.S. Navy on the move in the Pacific. Don't forget our missile defenses. And we've said we're out of patience. Enter China, calling for restraint, getting to play that statesman-like role, while in private they put pressure to get Kim Jong-un back in the box.
You know, to that point, Nikki Haley made the same exact assessment. I want to take a listen to what she had to say because she was at the White House today along with other members of the UN.
I think it's a new day when you've got China and the United States working together on a statement to condemn North Korea. They've put pressure on him. He feels it. That's why he's responding this way. And I think it is a different day. What we have said from the beginning and what I'll continue to say is the United States is not looking for a fight. So don't give us a reason to have one.
That being said, Peter, there are limitations to how far China can persuade North Korea.
Yeah, I mean, they are the biggest benefactor to North Korea. They're the largest trading partner. 80% of North Korea's trade is with China. North Korea receives a lot of Chinese food aid, energy, oil, and things along this line for use in gasoline. So there is influence, but once again, North Korea has made it a point of showing independence from China. Some of this is because of historical reasons. Some of this is personality driven. They've decided that they're going to, despite China call for restraint previous to this, over the years, they're looking at a 6th nuclear test as soon as potentially tomorrow to mark the 85th anniversary of the Korean People's Army.
Right. Rebecca, do you worry that by allowing China to sort of play elder statesman or the referee here, actually calling the White House saying, hey, we would prefer if you don't use force, that we're overlooking their man-made islands in the South Pacific that have been militarized, and the fact that they're the ones who have sold the key components to all of these missiles that now the world is afraid of?
Well, good point, Charles. They have built and have operational bases made out of reefs like Fiery Cross Reef. And down the road, the Trump administration is going to have to take that on with China in the South China Seas. But for now, here's the catch with China. North Korea is a liability for them. China wants to be a major world power. They're hosting a big international summit next month, and it's very much in their interest to get North Korea under control. China can't be the world power it wants to be if they've got a nuclear madman on their border. They've got to get this guy back in the box.
Peter, it's a tinderbox. The USS Michigan, which is an Ohio-class sub, just entered the port of South Korea, the port of Busan in South Korea. So all the pieces are there. It's like a big board game of risk, and anything can go wrong when you get like this. And what would be the worst case scenario if China can't reel in Kim Jong-un and he does, in fact, detonate this test tomorrow?
Well, there's concerns that, mistakes, misperceptions, it could lead to a crisis. When you have a leader like Kim Jong-un who's isolated, is not interacting with international leaders. I don't believe that President Xi of China has ever met with him. We've not had senior Americans. I mean, relations with South Korea are bad. He could do something that could lead to a major crisis, including military action on the Korean Peninsula. So that's the real concerns, misperceptions, mistakes, miscalculations on the part of the North Korean leader.
Well, we'll see what another 24 hours looks like with the world on edge yet one again. Rebecca and Peter, thank you both very much for your expertise.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Of course, at home, thank you very